This is Queen of Vibes. Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your October, well, not October, your end of year love reading. It just happens to be October. So this rising, or for those of you who may be in a relationship with a Sagittarius, okay? This is an end of the year reading. So this is going to focus on the energies that you are going to experience closing out the year, okay? So they're going to be 12 cards, and each position is going to represent something different. Before we get into the video, I just want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my subscribers, and I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your emails and your requests for readings, okay? I am still accepting requests, so if you would like a personal reading with me, you can go ahead and book that. My information is in the description bar below, okay, guys? All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into this, okay? The first two cards are going to represent energy. Cards are going to represent things that either empower you or challenges that you face, okay? And I don't know, I just got a little bit thrown off, but don't worry, we will continue. All right, first card is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Next card is the Two of Swords. All right, this whole next row is going to represents cards that represent things you need to focus on or prioritize, I should say. So we've got the King of Cups in the reverse, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, the King of Pentacles in the reverse, okay, and the Six of Swords in the reverse. So off the bat, I feel like you've got a lot of stagnant emotions that need to be released, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you're going to be focusing on, or you're going to need to focus on and prioritize all the areas that you feel stagnation, all the areas that you feel either unloved, right? A lack of commitment. For some of you, you're going to be focusing clearly on building up yourself, okay? This whole row represents stagnant energy here. So you're going to be focusing on moving out the things that no longer suit you, serve you, moving out of behaviors, moving out of coping mechanisms. Here with the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups, there's a disconnect between you and your emotions. Or for some of you, you're not receiving the kind of love that you would like to be receiving. For those of you who are in a relationship, you're not receiving the commitment and the security that you're wanting from the relationship, but for some reason you're unable to move on, okay? So we'll pull clarifiers to, of course, get a better understanding. The next card represents the bigger picture. We've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Next card represents lessons to be learned. You've got the Nine of Swords. And the last card represents the possible outcome, and we've got the Strength card, okay? So the outcome is looking good. It's looking like you're going to be focusing on your strengths versus your weaknesses, which I feel like you've been doing now. I feel like you've been kind of picking yourself apart, Sagittarius, or picking apart your relationship, okay? But at the end of the year, you were going to be focusing on true love and romance and courtship. So some of you may be entering into a new relationship or renewing an old relationship that had been stagnant for a while, okay? So let's go ahead and let's clarify. Clarifying this Hierophant in reverse, we've got the Five of Swords. Clarifying the Justice card, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Clarifying the Three of Pentacles, we have Temperance in the reverse. Clarifying the Queen of Wands in the reverse, we have the Lovers in the reverse. Who's trying to get in touch with me? Clarifying the Two of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. Clarifying the King of Cups in the reverse, we've got Death in the reverse. The Ace of Cups in the reverse, we've got the Four of Wands in the reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse, we've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. And then with the Six of Swords in the reverse, we've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this is no joke here. You got a lot of things that you need to release. You have a lot of things that are keeping you stuck, Sagittarius. All right. Bigger picture, we've got the High Priestess in reverse. Lessons to learn, we've got the Empress in reverse. possible outcome, Two of Cups. So on top of all that, basically, once you get rid of whatever stagnant Sagittarius, you're well on your way to a new relationship, a more fulfilling relationship, getting your needs filled emotionally, or meeting someone that you're on the same page with, someone that really loves you. For some of you, this could really be a soulmate. But right now, in the meantime and in between time, you need to work on, there's someone who I feel like is attacking your point of view. I think you have untraditional ways about you, unconventional ways. And for some of you, this causes conflict. It either causes conflict in a relationship, or it causes conflict because your actions trigger somebody to criticize you. For some of you, what you're phasing out of is this concern of what other people think about you. It's like, who cares? All right, you do what works for you. When the Hierophant is reversed, some of us are working on spirituality, okay? Building yourself up, but there's a conflict here for some of you. Another thing that's being released, some of you are really going through a divorce. Some of you are going to be like, this is the final judgment for some of you. You've hit the end of the road. This marriage is over. So Sagittarius, some of you, things have been stagnant, but once this relationship is ended, it immediately you're going to open up, and you're either just going to be more open and ready to receive and accept love. Some of you, as soon as things are finalized, it's like you're going to meet somebody else. You're going to meet somebody new, just like boom. And by the end of the year, it's like you're going through this divorce now, but by the end of the year, you'll meet somebody that you have a really great connection with. All right. Others of you, you're releasing maybe some outdated images in your mind about what family and relationships are supposed to look like. I think for some of you, for a long time, you had a certain view of relationships, or you thought a certain person was going to be the one for you. And now you're realizing this person doesn't fit into your life. This person doesn't fit into your way of doing things. Spiritually, this person's not a match for you. So some of you are going through the process of releasing either outdated ideals about love and marriage and relationships. Some of you are releasing a person that you know no longer fits you. And because this person has been around for so long, they've stalled you emotionally, they've stunted you because they haven't been giving you the kind of commitment and devotion. You've been in a relationship with someone who doesn't allow you nor the relationship to transform. Okay, so there's a lot of stagnation here. What you're hoping to achieve, I'm going to turn this upside down. You're hoping to achieve a situation where there's cooperation and a situation where there's balance. Some of you are hoping to achieve some type of cooperation with another Sagittarius, okay, because we have the Temperance card here. But for others of you, you're trying to, some of you, there may be somebody that you work with that you've got your eye on, okay? And maybe that's why this happens so fast, because if you've probably have a work friend, somebody that you've confided in. This person may be like the one. This person may have been around for those of you who have either been struggling through relationships or a particular relationship. And this person has been waiting for you. So now you're going to put in some effort into the situation to make that work. Others of you, it's about finding balance within yourself. And once you do that, you will be more able to put in the effort and teamwork to build a relationship with somebody else, okay? Now, areas where you feel empowered or challenged. Right now, love is a challenge for you because your self-esteem or your opinion of yourself and your opinion of love and relationships is not very high. It's not at the highest. It's low. So your challenge is to be more confident. And in order to be more confident in love and relationships, you really have to recalibrate what your view is on love and relationships. If you have a very low opinion of romantic relationships because of what you've gone through, then you're going to continue to struggle through romantic relationships because you're going to continue to attract those, relationships that are unfulfilling to you. All right. Where you are empowered is when you make a decision about love, when you make a decision and when you decide where you want to, you feel empowered when you're able to choose who you want to be with. When you're able to say, look, I have this offer of love. I have this cup. Like some of you, there is someone here. Some of you are literally making a decision between your past and your future. Okay. And once you make that decision, you're going to be so much happier. But for some reason, you're just having a little bit of difficulty getting rid of the trash. Like the old garbage needs to go, okay? And collectively, this is not just a Sagittarius thing. Collectively, I feel like we're all getting rid of outdated behaviors. Have you ever found yourself falling into a pattern of a way of doing things, and the whole time your mind is just like, this is not what I want to do. This is not me. This doesn't even suit me. I feel like that's what's happening. Death card on top of the King of Cups. Some of you may have been dealing with the Sagittarius. Some of you are definitely dealing with a breakup, though. A breakup that's a long time coming. A breakup where two people aren't letting each other go. You're refusing to transition out of this, but it's still falling apart. It's still not going to work. You guys are still not meshing. There's still no love, no true love flowing between you. And because, again, there is no love, or there's a lot of troubled emotions here, it's affecting your view on happiness and harmony. You're not able to find that love and that happiness and that harmony with this Four of Wands in the reverse, because you have this situation, or you have these feelings and emotions that you need to release. Okay, here with the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles in reverse, you may even have somebody who hasn't given you the commitment, who hasn't given you security, who's left you feeling insecure, but for some reason this person feels like they should be able to tell you things, say whatever they want to say to you. Very nasty energy coming from this position. So your priority is to get that out of your life. These are the things that you need to prioritize. You need to prioritize ending things that need to be ended. You need to prioritize recognizing your emotional hurts and disappointments so that you can transition. Let them go. Don't let them sit there and fester and stagnant. Even if you feel like you're not experiencing them, even if you feel like you're happy, deep down inside, there are some things that are lingering. And that's why you have not been able to transform or move out of this rut that you've been in. We've got the Queen of Cups on top of the Six of Swords in reverse. So it's just not letting go, not moving out of this energy of either not having balanced emotions or dealing with a lot of sadness and a lot of disappointments. Okay? The bigger picture here is that you're starting to realize that for some of you, you are attracted to people who are very aloof. You're realizing that you're not connecting to your intuition when it comes to your relationships. Okay, and this could be because you're working on your spirituality. For some of you, this is because you're not sure what you wanted in relationships, or some of you, because you've been in this relationship with someone who wouldn't commit to you for so long, you kind of gave up. But you're starting to see now where you've been attracted to people who are not able to give you the kind of love that you want. All right. The lesson that you need to learn here is that the more you stress and the more you worry is the more likely that this continues, that you don't get treated the way that you want to be treated. Because you're focusing on that. You know what I'm saying? You're putting all your focus and your energy into thinking about all the ways that you've been treated unfairly, all the ways that you've been let down, all the ways you've been hurt. And so you're attracting more and more of that. You're attracting people who do not treat you the way you deserve to be treated, because that's the energy that you've kind of been existing in right now. But at the end of the day, right? I feel like you're actively working on this because you are releasing these old, outdated beliefs about family. You are at a point where you're realizing that, it's time to make a decision about what it is that you want for your love life. All right. You're no longer going to be conflicted about the fact that you may be different. Maybe you don't need the traditional commitment. But at the same time, just because you don't want a commitment doesn't mean that you need to be with somebody who's cold and aloof. that, you know, just because you don't want a commitment doesn't mean that you can't be in a warm and loving relationship with somebody who you share intimacy with. Okay, security and stability is not just about a piece of paper that says, okay, you guys are legally married and therefore bound to each other. It's about the fact that you can share love with a person, and that can happen on any level of commitment. Some people who are very in love and have very long-term relationships never do anything legally about it because they don't need to, because they trust that this person is going to be there for them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you're going to develop towards the end of this year. But going out of 2019 into 2020, you are either going to have a much better viewpoint and opinion about love and relationships. And for some of you, you are going to find someone that loves you, that you're able to connect to emotionally, someone that courts you, someone that gives you that romance that you've been missing. All the things that comes with romance, sex, passion, holding hands, kissing, long conversations, looking into each other's eyes, like the things that you've been missing for a long time. Some of you, this may be with a Leo. Others of you, this is just with somebody who you're very passionate, and this person is very passionate about you, and they're going to be very patient with you. Okay, Sagittarius, so that is great. You do have a lot of energy, heavy things that need to be released, but I feel like you're ready. I feel like it's time because you want to achieve that balance in your life, and you're ready for a more successful partnership. You're ready for something that's worth your time and your effort. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what the romance angels say to close out this message. We're going to pull one card for our singles and one card for Sagittarius that are in partnerships, in relationships, or unions, whatever. Okay, so first card is going to be for our singles. Can I get one card for my Sagittarius singles? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Again, I feel like you guys have someone coming, or you have already met someone, and once you choose to let go of this baggage, that relationship is going to take off. It's going to flourish, okay? If you haven't met someone, Sagittarius, you're going to meet someone by the end of the year. Okay, next card is going to be for my Sagittarius in relationships. Okay, children. Your love life is being affected by children. For some of you, these children are what keep you in this relationship. For some of you, the person who has been causing you conflict is someone that you have children with, okay? And so for those of you who are in a relationship, you know, I understand that sometimes you can't just walk away from a person, but when you recognize that this person is pulling you down, you can be more cognizant of the fact that you need to make some changes for yourself. And in those changes, you will become a better parent for your children because they'll see you as more happy and thriving. All right, Sagittarius, so that has been your end of year reading. I hope you guys appreciated and enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Again, I appreciate you guys and your viewership, and I thank you for joining me, and I'll